This is a car that was designed by women, for women. And honestly, as I read about it, I thought I would shit my pants laughing. But what is that and why was this car created? That's what you'll find out in this video. The idea that this car should be designed 100% only by women is crazy. We know very well that women are unique creatures who never know what they want, but you have to figure everything out for them. And if you don't do it until they reload their teeth to keep screaming at you, well, you can go crazy after all. Besides, they never know what to eat. But if you ask, guess where we are going to eat, she'll always answer you.
Yeah, how'd you know?
A bit like a child, you have to care because you never know what's in that head there. So who in this case should know what the heck they are really about? Other women. Which made it perfect in 2002 because Volvo's bosses had so much money in their account that they didn't know what to do with it. They could have bought, I don't know, villas, yachts, the best stuff from Colombia, but no, they figured they will put up the money to create this car. Not because this car might turn out to be a hit and sell the best in Volvo history. No, the reason is much more interesting. They simply wanted to finally relax and create something funny that they would remember for the rest of their lives. It all started in the fall of 2001 when Volvo announced that they were going to create a decision-making team to design a new car that would be made up of women working in their company. And I think the CEO of the Swedish brand was quite a laugh. He took other board members and said, let the chicks make the car, let's see what happens, maybe we'll get a laugh out of it. And people got excited there saying, wow, what a forward-thinking move. And I just think he wanted to avoid the sad bullshit and see something funny. Back in 2001, such one expert on consumer patterns among women, Marti Baleta, said, if you satisfy the expectations of women, you will exceed the expectations of men. Dear Marty, what the fuck are you talking about? If our expectations were to be satisfied, then most of the cars on the road would be tanks, boats and Batmobiles. Please tell me who wouldn't want to drive a Batmobile on the road. As car sales to female customers increased significantly in the late 90s, the women of Volvo began working on the YCC, which means your concept car. All decisions there were made by women, absolutely fucking all of them, and you can see that. Now, one more important thing, and that is YCC was designed not for an ordinary woman, but for an independent businesswoman, because that is known to be the best sort according to other women. And here is where the harming already begins, and that kind of logic should be banned. But this is still nothing. Let's move on to the interior of the car. Now we can start laughing at the details. Well, women decided to give everywhere, but literally everywhere, some storage compartments. Here, as you have the center panel where the gear shift lever and the handbrake should be, is a storage compartment. Why? Well, as the designers put it, the best place for your keys, phone, laptop, purse, 3 bricks, 14 pairs of panties, as if she were to while driving an LG 30DT forklift, is as close to you as possible. That's why the center panel was turned into one huge storage compartment that can probably fit 20 illegal immigrants. I mean, I misspoke, it's not one storage compartment. It's generally a storage compartment with an extra compartment. The small one will fit some farts like phone keys and a cat. The idea is theoretically awesome, but in order to stuff it in there, the gear shift lever had to be moved to the steering wheel. Only, it's not even a gear shift lever. It's just buttons mounted at the bottom of the inside of the steering wheel. Of course it's an automatic, then you don't even have to think about it. The rear seats are ridiculous as well. Imagine a chair in a cinema, a cool option a lot of space gives you to go, then you take it yourself, you unfold it and plant your ass. Worse when you push it back and forget to hold it. In YCC, it's the same thing. I'm not kidding. The back seats are cinema chairs to make room for another trillion things that babes carry with them every day. And I thought the storage space between the front seats was really a lot. What else would be useful in a car like this? Of course, large doors to get in easily. But these are not such ordinary doors. They are doors like those in the Mercedes SLS. It is known that such doors need some space to open and get out of the car comfortably. And technology was not yet at such a level as in Tesla actually bend. So sensors were installed, and at the moment when the car is too close to the other and the door would pinch, well, it just won't open. And I'll tell you honestly that if I saw these cars, I would, like such a total dick, stand as close as possible. In addition, sometimes it happens that your foot is hooked on the threshold or something like that. Well, kind of normal things, right? Well, in YCC, they hide the thresholds so that there is no possibility of standing, stepping on, or getting your foot stuck. Did I mention that the car has no handles? Everything literally opens by itself. All you have to do is have the key with you. Well, unless the car in the parking lot is standing too close to another car, then nothing will open. Fuck no shit. I thought unhooking electric cars from the charger was funny, but this is some total hit. You stand too close and someone has to wait for you to drive away. I mean, seriously, if I found such a car in a parking lot, I'd call a friend we'd stand on both sides and go on vacation to some Maldives. Well, but let's go back to the YCC. There is a saying, a woman is a changeling. And the Volvo women who sat on the design of this Furore must have been bored every now and then, because literally every part, like the dashboard or even the seat covers, are interchangeable. You can put yourself in velour, leather, or even a fucking sofa. Normally Lego blocks. Besides, inside everything is written in big letters so that no one gets f***ed by the radio with air conditioning. Now let's move on to the parking system. We have such cars these days that park themselves, but it seems that you have to find a spot first, then see if the car will get in, and so on. YCC's designers have gone one step further. The moment you set the car for parallel parking, it will recalculate by itself whether it will even fit in there. And once the computer judges that it can, it starts to turn the steering wheel on its own. And all you have to do is operate the transmission and gas. But of course, it will happen that the computer can also have a moment of weakness and will drive the rim on the curb. Well, not in this case. The designers approached the matter very professionally. They have realized how some women drive and have embraced special tires and rims that cannot be scratched. The tire will cushion everything there because it goes beyond the contour of the rim. How can the most important visual element of a car be spoiled like that? The next issue is the level of handling of this car. This is also a fucking ridiculous topic here. Imagine that the car reads the dimensions of the driver and independently adjusts the seat, steering wheel and pedals, so that there is no situation that some chick will set everything there so that her teeth touch the steering wheel. After all, each of us knows such a chick who, if she could, would drive with her head in front of the windshield. By the way, under the pedals, there's electric footrest, which makes it easier to drive in stilettos and slides out when you press a button. But the funniest things are happening at the engine itself. Imagine that it is impossible to get to it. There is no hood. The engine compartment is completely isolated from women's paws. Well, alright, but then what to do when the windshield washer fluid runs out? Well, the windshield washer fluid filler is located at the rear of the car together with the fuel filler. But so that no one makes a mistake when pouring it, because it's different situations can happen, everything is very nicely described. Alright, but what if something eats in the engine? Engine installed such that it is virtually indestructible. It can run 3 times more than a regular engine on the same oil, and when such an oil change would come, the car itself notifies the nearest Volvo service center and says, this woman needs an oil change, or something's fucked up in the engine, you have to push to the line to the chamber, because if this woman turns on me, it will fuck me up. And in fact, Volvo service technicians were trained from even harassing future female owners of this car to come to the workshop, because it will often happen that a woman will say that, no, I don't have time, or no, nothing is going on, everything works. So as you can see, this is some kind of comedy. The designers of this car themselves said, listen, it's better if we don't touch the engine, let some guy come and do it for us. There was also an option in it for those more caring about the car. There was a car care button on the center console, and the moment it was pressed, Volvo mechanics would receive a notification and then call the owner themselves to make an appointment for service. I just wonder what would happen if such a car, such a concept was created today. Today people wouldn't know whether to laugh or cry. Seriously, as I read all this, I thought I would pee my pants from laughter. If there are any offended ladies, then remember, first of all, Volvo YCC was created by women, for women. And secondly, I have a task for new viewers. Give subscription here and leave a like. Thanks for watching. I love you guys.